Welcome back to round one action here at the Quiksilver Pro on the Gold Coast of Australia. We're into round one, heat number 8, featuring Julian Wilson, Caio Ibelli, and Leonardo Fioravanti representing Italy on the top 34 for the first time in history. He's always reliable at Bell's Beach as well. Another event where he wants to prove himself on is Margaret River out west, which is coming up next. As we got a little start in this heat, during the break, Leo Fioravanti looked fired up.
Well, Leo Fioravanti did some damage last year. Got a little bit of a cameo in a few events last year and just showed us why he's definitely going to be one to watch this year. Different kind of pressure coming in as a rookie on tour. A wild card last year. Took down Kelly at Margaret River. Showed us why he belongs on the big stage. This guy is an unbelievable competitor. Doesn't make very many mistakes. He's always on the good waves. And he packs a punch as well.
Also in the exchange was Julian Wilson, Potts.
Yeah, Julian, well, what do you say about him? That alley-oop that he did a couple of weeks ago on social media is probably one of the best I've ever seen. Julian Wilson, the only thing really missing from him is a world title. He's still fit, he's still hungry, he still wants to compete at a high level, so I mean, it's a fantastic year, Joe.
Wilson up. Little fading cut back. He wants this thing to start growing and doubling up down the line. Still looks interested in this inside part of the wave. Speed's building. Speed rip off the roof. Power gouge in the pocket. And now a carve to tail release. So he's changing up his flow with variety. And now just finding a nice easy pace to finish this one off. Drills it vertically down the beach. And Julian, we always look back with Julian Wilson's career and you look at his top accolades and you just expect to see more championship tour wins. He's won 2 previous events in his career. As we check out this wave, what'd you like about it?
Well, I think, it's obviously, I love it because it's one of those little growers. You watch how small that wave was when he took off. Now it starts to double in size and Julian just on fire. Beautiful searing maneuver right there. Nice rail work from Julian Wilson, and again just throwing some variety in, letting that tail slide. Beautiful carve. So Julian Wilson looking sharp, looking like he's hungry, and he should be. He has to be because of the talent that's going around at the moment. His time is running out. He's getting older. There's all this new crew coming on. So Julian's got to perform now.
With what they're doing for video parts as well. Wilson up. After getting that long one, his positioning was great even without having priority. Just to take a look at this one. He's not going to be interested with it now. He kicks out. So now we're going to watch Caio Ibelli. Last year's Rookie of the Year. Set up his rhythm here for 2017. His first heat underway. And Caio just kind of playing with the whitewater a bit. He's out of there. So Wilson with the best start. 3.5 his third wave. A 7.0. Always looking forward to seeing Caio surf. You can tell he just wants to spend all day in the water every chance he gets. As we look at a couple of big moves from Leo Fioravanti. Didn't get much of an inside corner, so he's out. Leo, last wave, 5.57. Caio's previous, 2.6. All battling with Julian Wilson for the lead with 19:30 to go. As you mentioned, Potts, Leo made a huge statement last year. Really starting with the qualifying series, back-to-back finals from Newcastle to Manly. We always knew this day was coming, and now we're going to see how far he's going to run with it. Making a move in this one's Julian Wilson. Fun looking right at snapper. Stretches out that first carve. Belts the next one off the lip. Always loves to set up that bottom turn. So into 3 moves already. Now the 4th off the top, and he's still got some room on the inside. Ditches the fins, gains control, belts it through the roof. Wilson finding a real cool rhythm through this inside. And still looking for more. Remember, he had the 7 before this. The 3.5's long gone, and he's controlling this matchup. Now just pacing his way through the inside. Beautiful rail work on the roundhouse cutback, and it looks like he's just taking it real casually every step of the way, Potts.
Yeah, I love that approach on that wave, Joe. There was no messing around.
Both Alejo and Julian had brilliant performances on the Gold Coast that season, and Julian really took this thing apart. Let's have another look.
Yeah, beautiful surfing from Julian. That little check turn low. See how deep and low he gets off the bottom. Again, watch this turn right here. Just tearing the lip to pieces. This one is the best turn of the wave. busting the fins out with a free fall drop, so comboing it up with another tail snap, and then that beautiful smooth wraparound turn from Julian Wilson. Nice clean surfing. You can tell by, I mean, you just look at his legs. He's done a lot of work on the off season. It looks like he's bulked up a little bit. He looks stronger, he looks meaner, and the surfing is following. So Julian Wilson looking very dangerous here in the early stages.
It was just great just disappearing, you know, and going to places where there wasn't many people and phones didn't work and couldn't be reached.
Well, you look well rested, energized, surfing's on point. Congratulations on to round 3, Mick Fanning.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
In the opening round of competition, they're not wearing yellow like the world champ or #1 in the world. They're in the red jerseys like Wilson. Rookie Leo Fioravanti now putting this one to pieces with some big carves. Still has some room on the inside, stretches out a big roundhouse cutback and gets out of their pots with 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's you know, even though it's perfect out there, you really do got to be on the good ones, and you can tell by that wave it sort of tapered down, didn't it? It got smaller and smaller as it went along, and those are the ones you don't want.
Needs 2 new waves to make a comeback. So that combo that you hear from the beach announcers is something you don't want to hear if you're on the other side of it. You love hearing it if you're Julian Wilson, as he's up again, showing that he's got a substantial lead, looking to better a 7 as he belts it off the lip. Controls that extended bottom turn. Blows the roof off with a tail drift, now a roundhouse. So he's giving us a lot of maneuvers each and every strike. Wilson winds up for another big top turn carve. Big chunky section, a late hit will take him down. On the next wave, we'll see the tail end of Caio Ibelli as he's hanging in there. Now setting up a top turn snap into a float. Always looking springy, light on his feet, but still looking like he wants more to come back against Julian with 7:30 remaining.
Most of the way along there, so and just allowing Julian some big open face. Caio right behind him. A little bit late on that first turn, and then kind of had to wipe a bit of speed off, waiting for this wave to build up through the inside. Now it starts to offer more open face, beautiful searing maneuver. Combos it up with a nice vertical turn, and again just slashing back into the power source. So Caio Ibelli looking a bit better on that wave right there. He's looking for a wave in around about the 6+ range to try and get himself out of that combo situation, but really it's going to be a tough ask to come back the way Julian has been surfing. And you can tell by the body language right there that Caio is trying to fight it. And with Julian though, look at this wave for Julian Wilson. Beautiful, clean, open face. Sort of almost giving him as much time as he wants to fit his turns in, which then makes them so impressive. Watch this turn right here. Bang, just belts the tail out of the back of that wave. And again, beautiful swooping maneuver. Looking to improve on a 7. Another nice carving move there from Julian Wilson. And again, yet again, another turn. So Julian just picking the eyes out of it. He's been on every good wave that's come through so far in this heat.
An absolute beautiful rhythm from Julian Wilson to kick off his opening heat of the Quiksilver Pro. Now it's time for Leo Fioravanti to represent Italy on this wave. Nice clean top turn, looking loose as he comes out in front of the open face. Hits the carve, now belts it vertically again. Set up work, and now looking for a very strong inside section. And now just trying to match the pace of this wave, slowing down a bit.
On the next wave, you could have that jet ski ripple that goes across the face of the wave here at Snapper Rocks. Let's have a look at Leo's opening turn there. Beautiful extension of the body, nice and powerful. Foam climbs up around that section, and again into that big searing turn. Nice rail work from Leo. This is the one you want, straight up through the lip right there. So Fioravanti starting to find his feet. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Both Leo and Caio in a combo situation. Scores dropping, so Caio Ibelli on his last ride, Joe, gets himself out of that combo situation. Can Leo do the same thing?
Caio Ibelli turning in a 6.9. Still comboed in this matchup. Caio Ibelli can do it in one wave. It'd have to be the best wave of the day so far. Fading some turns into this little double up. He's got a clean wall. Speed hack off the top, right into a bottom turn, extending the nose pick attempt, but he can't hang on.
He was good. They've got a little bit of momentum. There's a whole gang of them at the moment with Jake Patterson and Ezekiel and Cano and Ramsey. So they've been, they did both QSs, Newcastle and Manly, and they did pretty good. They got through a few heats, so the season's already started for them. Leo had a couple of wildcard opportunities last year, so yeah, it's not, I don't think he's a rabbit in the headlights, and try to use that experience, use that momentum.
He's been around pro surfing forever, and he's really responsible for developing this younger crop of maybe eventual world champions, Leo being one of them. As he's up now before the buzzer, Fioravanti just trying to blow this wave up real quick. He's comboed, so he's not going to be able to take the win. But he'll just feel this board out a little bit more, try to get some sort of rhythm going before he's out there again for round 2. As Ibelli mentioned, he had great success as a wild card last year. And sometimes that headspace is good to channel. When you're full-time on tour, you can get caught up in the numbers. When you're free to be a wild card, you just show up and try to take all the best guys in the world out.
No, exactly right. There's nothing to lose, everything to gain. A different headspace, different year for Leo Fioravanti. That was Julian Wilson's hit. Like Belly said, 8.67813. Classic surfing from Wilson.
Julian Wilson, former runner-up at this contest, takes a big win to go straight into round 3. We'll take a quick break.